Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday SitRep. We got a lot of awesome stuff to take a look at this week as usual, but it is also the first Friday of the Brickmania Drop Day deals. So if you haven't yet, make sure you head over to the website and read some of the information on that. You can find the link in the description of this video to get yourself informed and use that promo code Drop Day to save yourself 15% on that week's featured pre-order for Friday only. We're also running a special starting today and running through next Thursday. Buy 3, get a 4th free on all minifigs in stores and online. So just make sure you add 4 of those to your card online, and then the cheapest will automatically be discounted 100%. Otherwise, in stores, the associates will take care of that for you. But like I said, we got some cool stuff to take a look at this week, including a new face joining us on the SitRep. So let's dive on in, take a little closer look. All right, kicking things off, taking a look at the Pershing pre-order here, more specifically Eagle 7, featured in the Spearhead book. As you can see, it comes with a full crew. Does include a hardcover copy of the book Spearhead as well, which is awesome to see. So a really nicely complete kit. And then here in the design room, we've still got the prototype phase in work. So I got Dan joining me to talk about this thing because this is a pretty cool, a Team Brickmania design, but has really brought some cool functions into this itself. And then as you can already see, we've got plenty of bricks in place where there's going to be printed crates and lots of extra details going on there. And then, like I said, loaded up with a crew of 5. So Dan, yeah, I was going to say, you almost just showed off the suspension right there, watching it do the little wobble, which is awesome. Tell me a little bit more about this build.
Well, this is the, it's basically what became the M29 patent. Mm-hmm. But this is an early version. This particular, when World War II was happening in Europe, the American tanks were basically finding themselves inferior to the German armor that at the time. The Panzer IVs were about equivalent to the Sherman, but anything newer than that, like the Panzer, the Panthers or the Tigers, were just wiping out all the American Shermans. So as sort of a final, like, okay, we got to do something. These people are crying for something better. They developed what was considered a heavy tank in the American arsenal. Put a 90 millimeter gun on it. Gave it bigger suspension, more armor, most importantly, mm-hmm. And learned some lessons of things that had failed with the Sherman. So they had 20 of these things built, 20 prototypes built. 10 of them went to Europe to actually be sent into combat situations. This is one of them. It's a T-26E3, what became standardized as the Pershing tank mm-hmm. Later on. And this particular one, is made famous by that battle in Cologne, where in front of the Cologne Cathedral, where it fought with a Panther and just defeated a Panther tank almost at point blank range.
Which you'll be able to read all about if you do pick up this bundle here as well. Because like we said, it does include an autographed copy of that book. So, and we're crediting this to the Team Brickmania because there's elements of my original Pershing in here. There's elements of stuff of what Nate had rebuilt as the patent. There's elements of what Cody had done as well. Sure. So like it's kind of a group build. So I'm not taking credit for this by any means. I did rework the suspension to give it an actual floating suspension here. And you were saying you can pretty much build this thing just from the ground up, like when you're actually building it.
As you're putting pieces on it, you don't have to worry about the wheels popping off or anything. It's fully functional. I mean, you'll beach the body, you'll beach the hull onto your desk or your building surface. What you're not seeing on this is of course there's no crew yet. Yep. But very little of the actual printing. So we do have a couple of pieces on here so far that have been added. But we're just getting into the printing. I mean, mm-hmm. after the Panther prototype, getting to the getting those printed pieces for the Pershing prototype is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, sure. There's plenty going on here in the design room as always. Anyway,
yeah, so. Sure. So this will have a crew of 5. It'll have the whole crew. All the actual crewmen will be modeled.
Which that's really cool.
Right, and it'll look just like the cover of Adam's mm-hmm. book here. I mean, these guys will be made with this vehicle. So, and you actually get a hardcover copy of the book. This is our mm-hmm. reference copy. So,
you don't get the sticky notes and everything. The
well-worn, research guide that we have.
No, you'll get a nice showcase copy as well.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We're only going to have one batch initially. Mm-hmm. We have another batch slated for January. This just there's too many things that we need to restock. At this point, we're getting close to the holiday that people are going to demand, hey, what about this? What about this?
Right,
exactly. These other kits that have come out. And of course, we will get to it. It's just going to, if you miss out on the first batch, you will be able to get in on it again. We do have batches of books for both. So if you don't get in on the first 50, you will have a second chance to get your signed book with that signed book plate in it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but this will be your chance if you do want to complete the Spearhead Duo. If you were lucky enough to be able to pick up the Panther this past week, now you'll be able to pick it up this week, the Pershing this week, that is, and you can use those drop day discounts as well to make the deal even a little sweeter, provided you order on Friday. But there you have it.
Don't delay, or you're going to have to pay more.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if you want to get in on 2022 and get a discount with it, make sure you take advantage this Friday. But otherwise, the new Pershing looking absolutely epic. Going to be a cool duo. We'll definitely have a designer studio covering both of these kits once they are printed to completion, and we can take a closer look at the crew, etc. Otherwise, Dan, thanks for checking in. All right, and for a little special check-in here, we have another addition to the Micro Brick Battle lineup. And so we have a new face here checking in on the SitRep. This is Will. He's been working with Brickmania this summer and has created this Zero for Micro Brick Battle. So tell us a little bit more about how you got this build up off the ground, so to speak.
Absolutely. If you're seeing this, I'm already gone, right? So this is the A6 M5 Zero. It is a Japanese World War II naval, carrier-based fighter. Mm-hmm. Pretty famous for being relatively uncontested in the early years of the war in the Pacific. I chose to bring it to Micro Brick Battle to better represent the Japanese faction in the air. So I chose to go with the dark green color scheme. Typically you either see these in dark green or what looks like kind of a light tan. Mm-hmm. I believe the paint was actually just like a anti-rust coating, mm-hmm. and I think it was
more of a chemical treatment,
kind of light gray, and it got sun bleached into tan because, I don't know, 1940s paint. That tended to be a late war thing when they just kind of figured like, okay, it's probably not worth it to go the extra distance and paint these because we just need to get them out. So I'm really happy with this. I got the dark green. I'm really happy with how I got the radial engine in there and the yellow leading edges on the wings.
Yeah, nice little pop of color there. That
looks
good.
Absolutely. And a little bit of an update as to how we do the landing gear on the Micro Brick Battle stuff that kind of gives more of an impression of how this might fold up and have sort of the cover on the outside as they did. So yeah, there you go.
Very, very cool. Yet another iconic addition to the Micro Brick Battle lineup, the Zero in its dark green form. Will, thanks for checking in, my man.
Thank you.
And lastly, here on the SitRep, we're taking a closer look at this week's standalone minifig, which is the update to the Panzer Crewman. And what an update it is, my goodness. Lots of new detail, lots of new artwork, just a fantastic looking minifigure in general. This was the minifig that was available as an optional add-on for the Panther tank last week. You could order up to, I believe, 2 extras in addition to that commander. Most people did take that option and decided to upgrade their Panther tanks with a couple extra guys. So there's not very many standalones available right now. Obviously, we will be able to have these come back at some point or another, but if you're looking to get in on the buy 3, get the 4th free deal, or just pick up this minifigure in general because you didn't get your hands on the Panther, or maybe you want some more guys for your Panther, whatever your choice may be, make sure you act quick because I believe there was only about 80 or so that were actually going to hit the web, and then it'll, of course, be another one of those full 5-week cycles at the earliest before we're able to get it back into production. But a phenomenal upgrade in general. Love the custom created and custom printed headpiece. That updated artwork, even just a little bit of the color clashing between the white trousers, boots, and then that epic camo on the torso as well. Just a real nice update. Fantastic looking figure, and now available. All right, Brickmaniacs, that'll just about do it for me here on a Friday. Remember, you've got all day today to use that drop day promo to save yourself 15% on the featured pre-order, which is the Eagle 7 Pershing this week. And then the buy 3, get a 4th minifig. Buy 3, get a 4th minifig free, runs through Thursday, which I believe is the 20th, both in stores and online. And then next Friday, we'll have another promo to take that place. So some cool stuff on the horizon as well. So make sure you keep an eye on social media. As you've probably seen, Dan's been leaking some Corsair pictures and stuff already. So it's going to be a fun Black Friday like usual here at Brickmania. Otherwise, that'll do it for me here. Thank you very much for watching.